shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Ms. Teagarden, you filed the action seeking to have the child determined not to be issue of the defendant in this matter, and not issue of your marriage in this particular case. And would you explain at this point why do you believe that that is the case?
So Jory and I had been separated for a bit over a year at the time of conception. I was seeing somebody else. We are still together. He is actively involved in the child's life. And between myself, the defendant, and the biological father, whose name is Cody, there has never been any argument against the child's father.
Okay. So the child, I don't have a date of birth on the child that Noah's, what is that?
October 13th of 2022.
Okay. So it's fair to say that conception was sometime in approximately January of 2022, correct?
Yeah, give or take January, February.
Okay. And during that time, at the time of conception, had you engaged in any sexual relations with the defendant?
No.
And as you said, it was probably over a year that you'd been separated, although in the petition it says that you'd been separated approximately 2 years. So for the record, what was it? Is it a year or was it 2 years?
I think the 2 years, when I had noted that originally, was at the time of birth. Our separation date is January, I want to say 13th of 2021. I know it's January of 21 though.
Okay. Okay. And in this matter, the alleged father is Cody Glenn Lambert, is that correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Lambert, you say he's carried on a relationship with the child. I think you
Yes.
put in the petition, you say from the time of conception through the current time, is that correct?
That is correct.
And as Mr. Lambert, likewise, has he taken financial responsibility for the child both during your pregnancy and after birth?
Yes, he has.
And has he carried on a normal child-parent relationship after the child was born?
Yes, he has.
Anything else that you would like to add or?
So the paternity test between Noah and Jory has come back that there's a 0% chance that he is the father. Cody took his portion of the paternity test February 14th of 2022, and we have not received the results yet. But those should be here because it's been about 3 weeks any day now.
Okay.
2023.
2023. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. You said 2022 and I got thinking that's a long wait. So
No.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I agreed. Yep.
Okay. Well, in this particular matter, the court does note that I have received in the file is the DNA Diagnostic Center report dated January 19, 2023, in which the test results show that the defendant has a 0% probability of paternity. Court will note that is signed by John W. Peterson, who PhD and the lab director of DNA Diagnostic Center. I'll ask you, Mr. Teagarden, do you have any opposition to the court accepting that DNA test report into evidence?
No, I don't. That's fine. I believe it's not my child. So
Okay. The court will admit that DNA test report showing 0% probability of paternity. Okay, thank you. Mr. Teagarden, I'm going to have you sworn in. We'll take some brief testimony from you.
Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Mr. Teagarden, you've heard the testimony of Miss Teagarden in this matter, and do you believe to be or believe that testimony is consistent with your understanding of the facts in the case.
Yes, I believe that we've been separated since January, and then there was no way that it could be mine.
Okay, let me
Pretty much
say,
everything I agree with that she.
prior to your separation, in January of 2020, or 21 or 2021.
21, yep.
Yeah. Prior to that time, when would you say, or when you identify would be the last time that you engaged in sexual relations with the plaintiff?
It would have to be after we had separated. I'm not 100% sure on the date. I know it was way before October though. And it was a year. It was before her and Cody were actually together.
Okay, so it was after separation though, but before that year.
Yeah, before they got, I believe they got
July of
together, I believe they got
2021.
together in, I believe they got together in December of 2021. And it was prior to that. And then they didn't have a baby until 2022 in October.
Okay. Let me ask you, have
So
you?
I think she's right.
Have you, since the time, well, prior to the date of birth of the child or any time after, have you in fact carried on any sort of a parent-child relationship with Noah?
No, I have not.
Have you taken any financial responsibility for Noah after, well, prior to or after his date of birth?
No, I have not.
Ms. Teagarden, do you have any questions for the defendant? We
No, sir.
lost- I'm sorry, ma'am,
Hello?
No?
Yep, I have no question.
Okay, thank you. Anything else, Mr. Teagarden, that you would like to add in this matter?
Nope. No, I do not.
Okay. Ms. Teagarden, you have any closing statements to make in this matter?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Teagarden, anything you have?
Nope. No, I didn't. Nope. Okay.
Okay. Well, what to do, the court will make the following finding in this matter. You've heard testimony from plaintiff. Plaintiff has stated that, in fact, the parties had been separated for over a year prior to the conception of the child, which would have occurred sometime in approximately maybe January of 2021. That in fact, she's testified that the alleged father, Cody Glenn Lambert, in fact, has taken responsibility for on behalf of Noah Brian Lambert, that in fact, he's carried on a parent-child relationship with the child, that there's no doubt in her mind that he is in fact the biological father of Noah, and that the defendant has not had any sort of a relationship with the minor child in this particular case. Court will note that the defendant has confirmed that the parties had engaged in sexual relations after their separation, but that it was substantially before the date of conception would be. And the court also notes that the court has admitted into evidence the DNA Diagnostic Center report of January 19, 2023, which shows a 0% probability of paternity for the defendant in this particular case, which has been admitted. The court will therefore determine that Noah Brian Lambert is a child born out of wedlock in that issue of this marriage and of the defendant in this case. And as a result, the court will, I'm looking at the the order in this particular matter, I will terminate the support obligation effective the date of birth as well. Okay, I've finished up that order. It will be down to the clerk today if you should want that, get a copy of that, Ms. Teagard, so you can proceed. And that will conclude the case unless there's anything else that you have, Ms. Teagard.
No, sir.
Mr. Teagard?
No, sir. I'm okay.
Okay, thank you both. The court will conclude this matter at 2:06 PM. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Just to mention.
You
in
too,
this
thank
case, now that this has taken place, we've already preserved proofs for this divorce, so the final orders can be sent to you and basically
Okay.
close the.
Okay, Ms. Teagard, and as in the divorce action, as staff has stated, we've already taken proofs. Did you put a provision in the judgment in which what the court's done here is excluding Mr. Teagard as the father?
When I originally filed, I was not pregnant or not aware that I was pregnant at least. I did modify that later on when I requested full custody that I was pregnant. But at the time I wasn't aware that we had to do the
Okay.
separate
Well, that's
hearing.
fine, but I wanted the provision in the judgment that would in fact determine that no, is not issue of this marriage a child born out of wedlock. So I'll ask, even though we're putting in here that we've revoked the paternity, I would like that provision, in the judgment, just so we have it and there's no issue in the regard to that case as well.
Okay, I do know that I have Grayson listed. I don't believe Noah is listed on the paperwork at this time as he was not born at the
I
time
understand that, but
filed
I
it.
still want
So
that
what-
provision in the judgment so that it's not an issue at a later date.
Right, do I need to revise and resubmit a
Yes, you will,
judgment
you'll
then?
have to do that.
Does she also need?
Okay.
Again?
I won't, we've had a FOC approval. I won't make you get that again because it's not gonna be, it's not gonna really be something that they need to address at this point in view of this proceeding as well.
Okay,
So just resubmit it to the court and we'll get it entered for you and get that completed.
all right, perfect.
Thank you. You have a good
Thank
day.
you.
All right.
You too.